Okay, so for today's video, it's not necessarily a moveset theme video, it's more so just based around the one-handed Kamehameha ultimate attack. If you do have any moveset theme suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section and the best ones will be featured in future videos. Okay, so let's get into this moveset. Now, looking at it, you could say this is a bit of a troll moveset, and to an extent it is. I knew you could hit the one-handed Kamehameha if you break your opponent's stamina by using the triangle stamina break to send them flying down, but I think the video would have been pretty boring and predictable if that's the only way that I used it. So I've got Dragon Burn as my evasive, but the thing is, Dragon Burn doesn't stun your opponent long enough for you to then use the one-handed Kamehameha and for it to hit. With that being said, going into these fights, I decided to use Dragon Burn to stun my opponent and then to either trap them into the Lullaby Punch or even the Gargle Gum, or even potentially the Dancing Para as a bit of a troll. Out of these moves, I'd say the best chance of trapping my opponent would be to use the Gargle Gum, then to use the one-handed Kamehameha. Evil Explosion as a warped attack, just in case I get a bit desperate and I need to really finish my opponent off or do a bit of damage to them. Super Saiyan as my walking skill, because of course, going into this, I was planning on only using Super Saiyan 1, and in this video, maybe Super Saiyan 2, but I didn't really want to use Super Saiyan 3 just because of how much of a gimmick this moveset is, and I can't really waste that much ki here. And finally, Reverse Mabuku Senko, and again more so just to do damage if I get desperate and think I can trap my opponent in it. Now on December 20th, that's when the first big update for Xenoverse 2 comes out, and that update includes Super Saiyan God Blue Kaioken Goku as an awoken skill for Goku. Hit is getting a new transformation called Pure Progress, which I think will be available for our created characters as well. Future Gohan, Bardock, Cooler, Android 16 and Wiz will become new mentors, the Freezer Force will invade Content City, and of course the first DLC pack will be released then as well. But given Future Gohan will become a mentor, I'm assuming we will learn the one-handed Kamehameha Mark II version off of him. So if you want to try this moveset out, I'd recommend waiting until then, because the Mark II version has to do more damage and it's got to be faster. This video was really the first time I used the one-handed Kamehameha, but in one of the fights in this video, I used it without having to do the backflip and it did really good damage, so I wonder if that was like intended or if that's what the Mark II version will do instead, because I'll be honest, I have no idea how I used it without doing the backflip beforehand. And finally, here are my stats for this video. Keep in mind that I played with limitations on. So going into the first fight, this was actually a ranked match because I couldn't find anybody at all on player match. I noticed this guy has Darkness Rush, and I wasn't even sure you could use that for your created character in this game, so fair play. So there's not really much to say here, I'm just trying to fill him out. Of course the glitch turns me around. I'm just trying to see when he's going to try and predict me vanishing. He hits me down and goes for the Die Missile Barrage. I was going to use Dragon Burn there, but thought no, this is a gimmick moveset, I need to really conserve my ki and stamina. But with that being said, I go for the Dancing Para. I don't know if I misclicked here and went to go for the Gargle Gum or Lullaby Punch instead, but he vanishes at the very end, which was pointless. But then I get two very nice perfect blocks off. I have a feeling he's not going to counter me when I vanish, so I do vanish. Then I go for the stamina break. Then I go for the one-handed Kamehameha just to see if it will hit this way, and it does. And that just feels very satisfying. So I know his stamina is still recovering, so I'm just being a bit of a dick here, and I dash up to him, kick him, then go for the Dancing Para, and then I go for the Gargle Gum. And this was actually the first time I used this, and I just noticed that you can't actually do basic melee damage to them while they're trapped in that, because it kind of acts like a shield, like it should. I have a decent idea on his vanishing patterns now, so I do, I'm not really taking this fight seriously at this point, just because I want to really experiment with this particular moveset. Something I've noticed, and here's a bit of a tip, if you're in the middle of a long combo, like maybe 15 plus hits, and your opponent is about to regenerate 2 bars of stamina, typically speaking they will vanish as soon as they do have 2 bars of ki, so they are out of danger. You can see where they're coming from with this strategy, but it's not typically the best, because if you are anticipating that and predicting it, then you can just counter them and continue the combo, and they will have a very bad day. So here I'm just dashing back up to him, we're going to a clash, then he dashes into me and hits me, and he experiences that bug where your character randomly turns around. Now here I do turn Super Saiyan 3, despite what I said at the start of the video, and I can only assume while watching this back I turned Super Saiyan 3 because I have pretty much max ki and max stamina, and of course because I have a good idea on when he's going to vanish, and right there I predicted it but it didn't register, so why not? I keep going for the Go Gum here because I want to finish him off with the One-Handed Kamehameha, but he hits me with the perfect version, and at that point I had to use Dragon Burn because if not he would have just beaten me. Now given we are both Saiyans and we both have low health, that means we both get the Zenkai boost, and I start playing seriously now because, well, I have very low health and I was messing around, so I go all out and it's going to be game. Now what's funny is that I spent like 5 minutes in my ranked lobby just waiting for people to join, and no one joined, so I quit the lobby and I went to make a player match, and this guy was the first person to join, so I thought, you know what, it was a good fight, just I'll give him another round. So right off the bat I get the lead here, I dash up to him, get him in a small combo, then pause it because I know he's not going to vanish, then restart it again, and then I know he's going to vanish here because why wouldn't he, and I get him in the light combo, and as I send him flying away with the barrage of punches, I charged up my energy volley and get like, what was that, 32 ki blasts that hit him. We go into another clash, then I backstep and teleport a bit because I have a feeling he's going to do something. And of course he goes for the Die missile barrage, and I just about catch him there, and I knew he was going to vanish, so of course I counter it. And once again we're going to yet another clash, and here I turn Super Saiyan 3. Yet again I know what to say at the start of the video, but I do want to wrap this match up pretty quickly because if I mess up a bit then he can really capitalise on that. The lullaby punch doesn't work, so I just work on trying to drain his stamina, go for the Go Gum, it hits, then I'll go for the One-Handed Kamehameha, but he must have got out of it pretty fast because it just completely misses. Now here he goes for the perfect Kamehameha, and I've got enough stamina to do the homing dash to break his guard. Then I actually drop out of Super Saiyan 3 because I want to finish him off in some sort of, you know, by using the One-Handed Kamehameha, so I need my ki to recover pretty fast now. So given how much health I have compared to him now, I think here I was trying to just practice my perfect blocking, but as you can see it was terrible, I didn't get even one off here. Here I'm thinking I've almost got enough ki to vanish, I could potentially get a stamina reset, but I decided against it because one hit from the perfect Kamehameha, that's going to hurt. And as you see right here, I barely avoid that one. Okay, so this part was pretty funny. I go for the Dragon Burn, then I go for the Lullaby Punch, and you can see like that aura, like that cloud there. He steps inside of it and gets trapped in it. And of course, I have to use the One-Handed Kamehameha here, even if it misses, which it completely does. He's got more than enough time to evade it. Now here, I think I misclicked because I didn't mean to use the homing dash or the aura burst or whatever that was that I used. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head, but it worked out in my favour because he went for the Die missile barrage, and of course I cancelled it out. I then break his stamina, and I think I was going to use the One-Handed Kamehameha there, but I didn't have enough ki to use it. Now I went for the Dancing Power because it does actually recover your and your opponent's stamina, so I used it, so I had 3 bars of stamina. I knew he was going to hit me, so I went for the Dragon Burn. Then I thought, you know what, let me try the One-Handed Kamehameha, and instead of using his evasive, he tried to dash away, which I have no idea why he would try that, but GG. Okay, so this next guy, I had 2 fights with him, and oh my god, he was so annoying at some points. So he has Giant Storm and Final Flash, which in my opinion that's a decent setup there because you've got Final Flash as a strong beam attack and Giant Storm as, like, you know, something you can use from a distance, and your opponent may not necessarily be expecting it. So there I broke his guard because he vanished, then I got 2 perfect blocks off in a row, then he vanished again, then I got another perfect block off which would have broken his stamina. And as soon as his stamina does recover, he dashes into me and I perfect block that as well, but then he goes for the throw. So here I go for a Xenoverse 1 tactic, and I read this off Reddit a while ago. It's called the Anticipation Fist, and what it is, and I would recommend all of you using this and practicing this, you hit your opponent with a very small combo, like maybe 1, 2 or 3 hits, then you stop it, then turn around, anticipating them to vanish, then you either continue the combo or perfect block it. So he vanishes there, and now he has absolutely no stamina to protect himself, and I went for the stamina break there, which I have no idea why I'll do that because I would only be helping him, because given his health I wouldn't be able to finish him off in that time, and I wouldn't want him to, you know, get a full bar of stamina. But I broke his guard when he turned Super Saiyan 3 just to see if I can hit him with the Go Gum and the One-Handed Kamehameha combination. And I think it did hit him there, but I think the Go Gum actually acted as a bit of a shield. I don't know. Watch it back, tell me what you think. His stamina has recovered, and I have a decent idea on when he's going to vanish. As you just saw, like, I predicted it like, what, twice? Here, I'm just letting him do a combo on me, so I recover ki from the damage. Then he goes for Final Flash, and I decided to not do anything about it, so I get almost max ki. So now I turn Super Saiyan 3 because I think I can finish him off by using the One-Handed Kamehameha and still doing stuff like the Go-Go Gum and the Lullaby Punch. He kind of plays a bit cheap now because he's getting desperate. He does this in the next fight as well, and he just keeps trying to dash into me, then trying to get me in the throw. Then I try to hit him with the One-Handed Kamehameha because that would have definitely finished him off. He evades it, and then he hits me with the Giant Storm, but I missed the perfect block because if that would have hit me, then that would have definitely finished me off there as well. And you can see now his strategy basically goes into just trying to dash, then start, then get me in the throw. So I was anticipating that, and I went to go for the reverse Mebiku Senko, because that would have really finished him off, like he would have had to evade out of it. So I return the favour and get him in the throw because I know he's going to try and do that to me to win, because it worked once for him. I waited a moment so he'll recover, then I try to hit him with the Warped Evil Explosion. It completely misses, but then I get him in a combo. He vanishes, and I knew he was going to do that, so of course I countered it. Then I stopped the combo that would have definitely finished him off for whatever reason, I don't know why. He went for the throw, I went for the Dragon Burn. As you just saw, one hit and that would have beaten him. So in the final fight that will be on in a moment, I'm not going to commentate over it, I'll just put some music there. And Sony Vegas hates me for some reason, and lately if I put text in a project like this, it takes like an extra 3 hours to render. I'm not even joking, I don't know what's up with it. So if you don't see any text, that's the reason why. So with that being said, the song I will use in the next fight is Dangerous Zone from Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. And finally, thank you guys so much for watching so far, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Right and right, left and left, spin and turn and great big smile! Spin and turn and a great big smile!